Welcome back to Into the Paradox, the show where we grapple with the complexities and contradictions that shape our world. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of American politics, looking ahead to a potential 2028 election that already feels both inevitable and profoundly uncertain. It is an immense privilege to welcome to our studio someone who is at the very center of that conversation, an individual widely anticipated to be a leading candidate for the US presidency in 2028. Please join me in welcoming the Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
Thank you, Peter. It's a pleasure to be here.
Madam Vice President, thank you for making the time. Let's jump right in. The conventional wisdom suggests a political pendulum in the US, a swing from one extreme to the other. Many observers, looking at the cycle, believe that after what some characterize as a turbulent and bombastic style of presidency under Donald Trump, the pendulum would naturally swing back towards a more traditional, perhaps even a more measured approach. Given the often negative rhetoric towards former President Trump's style, does this make a potential 2028 run feel like an easy win for you? Or is that a misreading of American voters?
Peter, first, I appreciate you having me on the show. And let me say this unequivocally. There is no such thing as an easy win in American politics. Every election is hard fought, and it should be. It's a fundamental expression of our democracy. My focus always has been and will continue to be on doing the work of the American people, addressing the real challenges families face, and delivering results. Voters are discerning. They weigh all factors: leadership style, policy proposals, track record, and vision for the future. While I understand the observation about the political pendulum, I believe what voters truly seek is effective leadership that can unify the country and move us forward. My approach has always been about bringing people together, finding common ground, and focusing on solutions that improve lives. That's the work I'm committed to doing, and that's the approach I would bring to any campaign.
You speak of unity and moving forward, and yet there's a concern voiced by some that while moving past a bombastic style might be appealing, the pendulum could swing too far in the other direction, towards what some critics label woke politics, or an agenda perceived as deep state-owned. How do you address these concerns? And on a practical level, would your administration seek to reverse Trump-era policies, or is it more about building anew?
Peter, these terms woke politics and deep state can often be used to divide and distract from the substantive issues at hand. For me, woke simply means being aware of injustice, being attuned to the lived experiences of all Americans, and striving for a more inclusive, equitable society where everyone has a fair shot. That's a fundamental American ideal rooted in our founding principles. Regarding the deep state, our government is comprised of dedicated public servants, from career scientists to diplomats, law enforcement, and civil servants, whose commitment is to the Constitution and to serving the American people, regardless of who is in the White House. To disparage their integrity undermines the very institutions essential for our democracy and national security. On the policy front, my administration would always review policies based on what best serves the American people and strengthens our nation. Where policies have demonstrably failed to deliver for working families, undermined our democratic values, or weakened our standing in the world, we would certainly adjust course. But it's not about wholesale reversal for its own sake. It's about rigorous evaluation, building upon what works, innovating where necessary, and always striving for progress that benefits all Americans. We must learn from the past, but always be focused on the future.
That brings us to the future. And foreign policy is undeniably one of the most complex and exciting, yet also complicating areas ahead. We're seeing ongoing conflicts and tensions across the globe. What is your stance on the conflicts in Ukraine and the escalating tensions in Gaza? How would a Harris administration approach these critical geopolitical challenges?
The international landscape is incredibly challenging, and principled, consistent American leadership is more vital than ever. Regarding Ukraine, our commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty and territorial integrity is unwavering. We must continue to support them as they defend their democracy against Russia's unprovoked aggression. This means providing security assistance, working with our allies to ensure that aggression does not stand, and holding Russia accountable for its actions. It's a clear case of defending international law and the right of nations to self-determination. The situation in Gaza is heartbreaking and deeply complex. Our immediate priorities must be protecting innocent civilian lives, ensuring humanitarian aid reaches those in desperate need, and working relentlessly towards a lasting peace that provides security for both Israelis and Palestinians. A two-state solution remains the most viable path to enduring peace and stability in the region, one where Israelis and Palestinians can both live in security and dignity. We must utilize every diplomatic tool available to de-escalate tensions, prevent regional expansion of the conflict, and ultimately work towards that two-state future. Diplomacy, coupled with principled leadership and a commitment to our values, will be paramount.
Madam Vice President, it's clear that the path ahead is intricate, demanding, and full of paradoxes at every turn. Your insights truly illuminate the challenges and opportunities. From the political pendulum here at home to global flashpoints like Ukraine and Gaza, it's clear that any future leadership will face an intricate web of domestic and international pressures. Thank you for joining us on Into the Paradox today.
Thank you, Peter. It's been a pleasure.
And that's all for this episode of Into the Paradox. Join us next time as we continue to explore the complex questions that shape our world.